Hello and welcome to Thehayteamtv. Today we're going to be concentrating on green manure and some of the tricks that we do to feed our ground other than just the manure, compost, dung that we put on as well. So this to give you all a bit of an insight on different tricks that we have to grow the yields that we get. If you haven't yet done so, please give us a subscribe, ring that little bell if you want to, and give us a thumbs up. We'd love to start getting to 1,000 likes, but we can only do that with your help. Okay, so you guys would probably agree that this looks like a lawn, but it's mulch grass. So this we're putting back down as green manure. Because we don't have loads of sheep anymore, or loads of cows to graze, especially this time of year, we go around and top a lot. This is for two reasons. One, we don't have the sheer amount of cattle in a shed producing manure, and two, we don't have them to go out and graze and then sort of turn this back into manure and put back into the ground. So usually towards the end of second cut or towards the end of the harvest window, we'll pick a certain amount of area that we will top and then put back into the ground. Now with this there are advantages that we save ourselves a lot of money on fertiliser, because you can't just keep take. You've got to give back. You've got to feed the ground. So this is all part of our what we call winter prep for next year. As you can see, my father, the big boss man, and the muthing are mulching away down there in the next field over. Linking to this, if any of you have seen the if any of you got Netflix, there is a little sort of documentary thing that came out the other day, which I kind of loved, called Kiss the Ground. And it's about farming in a very different way and how to work our environment in a very different way, which is very proactive in sorting out a lot of the world's problems. Now, you might, yeah, I totally agree, Justin, you're going way off a normal vlog, but it's something I kind of believe in and agree with a lot. All of you young aspiring farmers coming up through the ranks that are getting told there's all the old ways, which a lot of them are really good, and a lot of it comes back around to working like some of the older ways. They're in the program Kiss the Ground. There's two guys, especially Alan Savoy, who is a farmer land regenerative sort of scientist from Zimbabwe, I think Zimbabwe, but in Africa, and he's done great work of turning desert back into grassland. Another guy is a guy called Gabe Brown. Now Gabe Brown is a farmer in America, but one that a lot of us farmers will relate to a lot better, and he sort of explains how he's put these principles into practice and made them pay off. You can find Gabe Brown on YouTube and Alan Savoy. I will leave links for both of those two down below. Please go search them out. But Gabe Brown sort of explains, and it coincides that it's sort of something that we didn't mean to, but accidentally have done on our own farm. He explains of, we don't plough, right? But he explains that once he's combined anything, he gets something planted straight away so the ground isn't bare. There are principles of a lot of that happening in the UK now as well, but he will put in multi-species which then will get ploughed in the spring before he plants again, which ends up feeding the ground, building topsoil. But the most important thing of what they go on about in the programme is how doing this makes the ground carbon fixing. They've worked out that nature can fix the sheer amount of carbon that we got in the atmosphere through time. Now, don't believe everything I'm saying. Go listen to this, do some other research, and sort of learn. But he explains how bringing carbon back into his ground is saving him a fortune on fertiliser. Now that coincides with us. Now, we did do a fertiliser video in the beginning of the year, and I sort of explained how much we put on, which isn't a lot, about 100 weight the acre. We only put that on in a couple of fields that don't either get mulched or don't get compost. I'll go through more of this at another point. So last year we put on a sum total or grand total of 5 bags of fertiliser, and we still averaged around about a 10 bales the acre mark of grass with 0 fertiliser put involved. I'm kind of inspired to do this video on a guy from Instagram that sort of posted it up, and he watched the programme as well, called Forces Farming, so check him out. No, he's probably watching as well. So check Forces Farming out on Instagram, and I totally agree with what they say. And we're kind of a living sort of, we're a farm that is sort of practicing these things. We haven't ploughed now for 15 years, and if we go through to put in like a new or establish a new load of ryegrass, we'll do a few things. We will either go in and kill it with Roundup, which I know Roundup is not the greatest thing and we shouldn't use it. Some of you are going to disagree with me with this and say it's a good chemical and it helps us, but it does kill bacteria in the ground. Now, we will only use that on extreme cases where we have a field that gets just out of control on things like docks. We'll go in, clean it, completely spray it off, and then go straight in with a direct drill, but we won't do anything to the ground. Number 2, and we haven't done this for 4 years now because we sold the rotavator. We did have a Kuhn rotavator. We'll go straight into a field like this, but without topping it, obviously, and then we'll rotivate that straight in. We'll rotivate to about 5 inches, 4 to 5 inches. So just working that topsoil, then roll it, pack it, then drill it straight away, pack it again, and it's away. Oh, before we would have rotivated it, we would have spread compost dung over it, so that would all turn into a nice little cocktail for seeds to go into. But we try to keep breaking the soil up to an absolute minimum, because as long as we got grass, especially doing this, all this destroyed grass right now is going to feed the plants. The plants are going to pull in more carbon. More carbon fixed in the soil is going to help establish a stronger root system, a stronger plant, and give you more growth in the end. And this is what the program helps explain. And lots of research I've done in the past also explains very similar things. But enough of me talking for a minute. Let's go see the action happening. important for everyone to do their own research, and don't sort of hold me to account that I'm sort of some wise know-it-all. I'm not. We've done our research. We've opened our mind to different ways of doing things, and it's kind of been paying off. Because think of it from an aspect of, if you aren't having to buy fertiliser, that is a huge cost off your mind. That's a huge saving, and it benefits you in the long run. You can invest that capital into various other things, because at the end of the day, if you put it on at the wrong time, it goes rains, especially if you're on the top of the hill, it's just going to wash down onto your neighbours. So who you're trying to help here. So we don't do that, and we do sort of ways like this. So I think it's important to have these conversations, to find solutions on difficult problems. But I advise anyone that watches this to please go away and look at Kiss the Ground. It is interesting, and I'm sure there's going to be loads of you, especially those of you that are out and out arable boys, that are going to be like, it's wrong, it's all wrong. Well, it might not be, but there's a lot of people that are starting to open their eyes to it and trying to find solutions to all the problems that are happening in the world. Now, if we can be part of the solution, wouldn't you rather be in part of the solution than going on the normal way? But for me, all I'm saying is, if there is a solution to the sheer amount of carbon that's being produced on this planet, and also, as they say in Kiss the Ground, is that cows could be the saviour, not the enemy, like the vegan propaganda. Again, just go away, watch it. I might, if you guys leave comments in below, I might sort of go over this topic again of anyone that watches it. I probably haven't done it justice with what I've said. We've been practicing this sort of thing for quite a few years now, and it's working for us. And the technical analysis now is, we didn't know, but we've kind of become a carbon fixing farm, and that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But we didn't do this because it had a name to it. We just did it because we found benefits in things that we tested as we've gone along. But on that, if you haven't yet done so, please give us a subscribe, ring that bell, give us a thumbs up. We'd love to hit about 1,000 likes an episode. That'd be amazing. You can also find us on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or reading that out. And we have merch. We have merch on eBay. You can find that too. But until next time, I love farming. Adam loves farming. See you in the next one.